Hello everyone, I hope you are having a great day. My name is Isam and welcome to the channel. So today I want to talk about how you can get more comfortable with riding, how you can get to ride more. A lot of people, they buy motorcycles and they end up in the garage collecting dust. And so many of us, we make plans, we get very excited about doing something and we end up having no time to do it, especially if you are a father like me. I have 3 kids, and if you are a father or a mother or you got responsibilities going on, you know how difficult to make up time for your favorite thing to do is to ride a motorcycle. Some people, they are planning on buying a bike this season to start the new year with the riding experience. They are planning to go get them endorsements and get the bike of them dreams and start riding. And so many people, you know, like I said in the beginning, you get that bike, you ride a couple times, and then the bike sits in the garage to collect dust. I have seen that. I have friends who done that. They have bikes just sitting in the shop or in the garage without riding because they complain that they don't have time to do it. And I understand, like, I knew when I was getting a motorcycle I may go through the same problem. I will tell you a little bit, you know, my story, how I got to ride. And I'm riding for at least 5 days a week, and every day sometimes I make like 6 to 8 different trips, like little trips back and forth with my bike. So during the pandemic, I used to have a car, and my car broke down. The transmission went out, and when I went to the mechanic, like, if you remember, during the pandemic, like, it was chaotic, it was crazy. So the transmission, they told me it was gonna, like, to rebuild it was gonna cost $4,000. And since I have like experience with riding scooters and bicycles back in the day, and this is how I used to commute before, so I decided to start looking for a small bike, because for $4,000 in the marketplace you can get, you know, something cheap and you can commute with it just fine. You can get a scooter or a motorcycle. But when I started looking, and I have talked to my brother-in-law, he ride adventure motorcycle, so he opened my eyes over the adventure world. And since I like to do off-roading, since I used to do mountain bike, I like the idea to get something versatile to you know, be able to go do off-road, on-road. So I wanted something like can be doing both things at the same time. And he gave me a list of bikes to look at, and one of them was the Yamaha Super Tenere. I already talked about this in previous videos if you want to go back and watch them. So yeah, I got my endorsement because I didn't have a motorcycle license, you know, over here. I had to go and get my endorsement, and the bike I went for, it was a Yamaha Super Tenere, and that was back in 2022. I've been riding it almost for 3 years right now, and it was like hard in the beginning, you know, to get familiar with the heavy weights and all that stuff. And then once you start riding that thing every single day, you get better at it. So like what I have done, I got rid of my car, so I didn't replace the transmission. I just called a junkyard, they come over, they pick up that car, and I got rid of it. So I started riding since then. I go when I have to go to work, you know, I go commuting with my motorcycle. I do about everything with my bike, like even doctor appointments, if I have to go to the dentist, or I have to go grab some paper from a different city, or to pick up something, or even to go to the airport or whatever, I always go with my motorcycle. Since I have 3 kids, so you end up with too many helmets and You have to buy basically, motorcycle gear for all your loving ones, like for your wife, for your kids, so you can start commuting, because sometimes I have to go drop my kids in school or bring them back home or take them to them friend's house. Or, you know how it goes. Like it sometimes, like I'm telling you, I check to see how many trips I made with the bike in one day. It's usually like average 6 times to 8 times, like going back and forth. And I feel doing that, like riding of that bike, it becomes your second nature. Like, that bike how it behaves. Especially mine, it's heavy, so I know my limitations, I know what I can do. And in the weekend, sometimes I take my wife for long trips. We go visit like new cities, new attractions, to see beautiful nature, especially around the spring and the summer. It's a little bit too hot for that. Like in the fall, it's usually nice to take a bike for long rides over here. And even with my kids, I take them for fishing trips. I find a way how I can pack everything, how I can get everything I want, and I just take my kids and we go fishing or having a good time. Like I just like say, like, if you are struggling, you don't ever have time to go ride your motorcycle, why you don't consider like to leave your car a few days if the weather is bad. I know most people over here, if it's raining or snowing or it's cold outside, they're not gonna get on a motorcycle. They ride only if it's a good sunny, beautiful day. You watch the weather. If there are storms, if there is some warning, if there's something like that, you leave your bike in the garage and you take your car. But I know once you get used to the car, like, it's really hard to get over motorcycle, because motorcycle require to put all that gear, all that stuff. It's gonna take maybe 15 or 20 minutes from your time every day just to get ready for the bike. But once you get to used to that, it's like piece of cake. Is not, I don't even think about that anymore. I know in the car you can throw anything you want, you can wear anything you want, but with the motorcycle it's a different story. Someday we can make a comparison between driving a car and going on a motorcycle. But I'm just saying, like, doing this, like riding every single day, makes you a better rider, because you go through all stages of weather, cold, windy, all these nasty type of weathers that nobody like. You get to experience that on a motorcycle. So when you are with your friends going for a ride, it's like another day. It doesn't feel very intimidating or very nerves wracking, like, oh crap, oh, I don't know what I'm. You're already familiar with everything you have on your bike. You know what to take for each ride. Like it just becomes so easy where you don't have to think about it twice. Like, if a friend, he's calling you, hey, do you want to go this weekend for a ride or whatever, you know what to take, what to do, because you're already in that bike every single day. But for someone who doesn't ride only a week or 10 days a year, to go for that trip, like, I think it's stressful just to get ready for that trip. And one thing I wanted to add is, leaving your motorcycle unused for a long time can cause several problems, such as a dead battery, fuel system issues, and if you got brakes, that brake fluid, it may go bad. And even like the tires, if they're just sitting in one spot, they go flat and they can crack with time. So it's a good idea to be for least moving that bike once a week or twice a week to save it from falling apart. I'm just saying, like, don't wait until you are retired or until you'll have time to ride. I know life it's not easy, especially when you have responsibilities, but think about yourself sometimes and make up time for your hobby, for what you love to do, because there is no tomorrow. There is no, you got to do it now, and don't think about, oh, maybe one day when I have time, when you start making all these promises in your head, and you're never gonna, if you don't make up time for something, you're never gonna have time for it. So just get the bike of your dream, or get that bike that you have in your garage and start riding it for at least once or twice a week. And if you don't have times in the weekends to do it, so do it when you have to go to work. After a stressful day of working, getting over that bike, you forget all that pain. All, like, it happens to me almost every time. Like, if I have a hard time at work, we get bad days, but you get out to go home, and you find your bike sitting over there, and you can pick up a different route to go home. You don't have to be riding the same route. You can pick different routes and go look at the backyard, I mean the back roads and all that, to see all the livestock over there, and relax and have a good time. So this is what I wanted to talk about today. If you like these type of videos, please make sure you subscribe, and you like the video, leave me a comment. And thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.